So, at the beginning of the film, we are shown a nearly destroyed world, and a news report informs us that a terrible zombie virus had spread in this world 10 years ago. This was not a minor illness, but a huge war between living humans and the undead, which was going on all over the world. In this war between zombies and humans, about 2 million people were killed. Those who died turned into zombies, and thus the world began to fill with zombies instead of humans, and humanity was on the brink of extinction. To win this war, the government then had to make a very dangerous decision. These people planned to destroy every place with a high number of infected people using bombs. The zombies were eliminated, but the bad thing was that the survivors present in these places were also killed. The government hadn't thought about those survivors, because this was the last resort to control the virus. Now, after 10 years, society has rebuilt itself, but the devastation is still clearly visible in this world. In this same news report, we also learn about a famous hotel called the Rezort, which had been a source of entertainment for everyone for the past 10 years. Not because the food was good or the atmosphere was nice, but because these resorts were built on islands where zombies still existed. A new hobby had developed among people: hunting zombies. These hotels, named the Rezort, would take their guests inside with very high security, and then also take them along on zombie hunts. These people had named the act of hunting zombies therapy. They believe that people who are grieving this separation from their families can come and take their revenge on these zombies and reduce their anger. The purpose of mentioning the resort in this news report was not to encourage people to start going there, but rather the news report states that the hotels named the resort have once again spread the threat of zombies to the world. And the government has again decided that wherever the resort hotels are located, those islands will be destroyed. Meaning, the billions of dollars that were spent there to keep zombies away from humans had all gone to waste. Now, to show what happened at the resort that caused the virus to spread again, and the security to fail, the story flashes back a few days. We are shown Melanie and her friend. It is revealed that Melanie is in deep shock due to that old war. She has psychological issues because she saw her own father turn into a zombie, and even today, that scene plays in front of her eyes and disturbs her. Because of this, she is struggling a lot to normalize her life. Seeing her struggle, people told her about the resort and said that she should go there. Maybe after killing zombies, she might get some help in fighting her trauma. So she convinces her friend and some of that friend's friends to go with her. While traveling towards the resort, Melanie also meets two boys. These two are basically gamers and have won these resort tickets in a game. That's why they are the most excited about this vacation. Here, Melanie also meets a girl who tells her that her fiancé left her right before the wedding, and to fight this grief, she is going to the resort. They now reach the resort and go to its luxurious lounge, and from the lounge window, Melanie sees a refugee camp. This camp is run by a charity called Hope for You, which provides shelter to people who became homeless due to the zombie war. Near this refugee camp, Melanie sees a little girl who wanted to cross the fence and go out, but her mom immediately stopped her. And seeing this, Melanie realized that while people like us are going to kill zombies just for our own pleasure, some people are still troubled today because of these remaining zombies. And she realizes that those zombies should now be killed and not kept alive for the entertainment of the rich. At this time, they are shown a welcome video where the owner of the resort was welcoming them all for coming. Praising herself, she explains how she found a business opportunity even in such a terrible disaster. She built this resort so that poor people could be helped. Many people now work in her resorts, and this has also benefited the world's declining economy. And at the same time, the mental health of people who come to kill zombies to fight their trauma also improves. She thanks everyone for coming, after which everyone is told that before going out to hunt zombies, everyone will have to undergo weapons training. They are taken to a shooting range. The instructor tells everyone that there is only one way to kill zombies: to shoot them directly in the head. That's why he was repeatedly training everyone to aim perfectly. Everyone here performs quite well, but Melanie can't pull the trigger even once because she keeps remembering her dad. And she wonders if she made a wrong decision by coming here. That night, there is also a welcome party. The owner here shows all the guests that this place is very safe for them and is under her control. To demonstrate this, she brings a tied-up zombie onto the stage and stands there, looking it straight in the eyes, to prove to everyone that she is not afraid of zombies, and neither should other people be afraid of zombies while at the resort. As soon as she gives this speech, everyone starts clapping, after which they all continue the party. While everyone was busy at the party, we see that the girl named Sadie, whose fiancé had left her, secretly sneaks into the control room. And it's revealed that she had come here with a big plan. She was a member of an activist group that believed the resort was not right. She hacks the mainframe computer here, downloads some files, and then flees. She actually wanted to expose all the evil and dangerous activities of this resort. Sadie only knew that she had hacked the computer and stolen data from here. She didn't know that her own activist group had betrayed her, and that because she hacked the resort's computer, a virus had also been uploaded to it. Anyway, she gets out of there, and a little while later, the resort's engineers notice a malfunction in the system. The security protocols here slow down, and the CCTVs stop working. The situation was getting so bad that they should have told the owner, but in an effort to save their jobs, they told her nothing. They spent the whole night trying to fix the system, but couldn't fix anything. The next morning, we are shown that the real game was beginning. All the guests get into a safari truck and leave the hotel's safe zone to hunt zombies. Outside the safe zone, zombies are still roaming freely. The guide explains the rule here. You must never get out of this truck. You have to kill all the zombies while sitting inside it. All the groups were doing this very excitedly and were enjoying it. Melanie's group members also started killing zombies one by one. The gamers had done this very excitedly and had killed 2 zombies each. Melanie aimed. She saw sadness in the zombie's eyes. Looking at the zombie, she saw the person it used to be when it was alive. She can't bring herself to kill it and lowers the sniper rifle. Just then, a soldier from her group takes her place and quickly kills the zombie. Even the guides here are amazed by his skills. As evening falls, the group is taken to a safe camp in the safari zone. This place was surrounded by barbed wire to protect humans from zombies. They build a bonfire and start talking. Melanie tells everyone that she hates zombies a lot, but despite that, she couldn't kill the zombie because she's confused about whether it's right to kill zombies. Sadie says it's better to kill them than for these people to use them like pieces of meat just for their own fun. But Melanie felt that if she killed a zombie this way, she would also develop the courage to kill any human, and by killing such monsters, she wouldn't even realize when she herself becomes a monster. Meanwhile, in the control room, the situation was getting out of hand. The engineers finally realize that the system has failed. They won't be able to fix this system again, and now they will have to tell their boss everything. But now it's too late. The computer system crashes completely. Just as they are about to go and tell their boss, they find that the entire surveillance system has been destroyed. The cameras had shut down. Even the electronic fence installed outside in the camp to protect against zombies was controlled from here, and due to the system failure, it had also turned off. All the security doors here opened, which resulted in all the zombies that were in cages being set free. And in an instant, the resort transforms from a playground into a slaughterhouse. These zombies attack all the guests present, who were making fun of them just a moment ago. Chaos erupts in the control room as well. Valerie, the owner, seeing everything being destroyed, hides in her office without any regard for the lives of others. Her employees and even her good friends were now screaming in the hallway as zombies attacked them, and she was just listening to it all. Outside at the safari camp, the guests don't realize the extent of the disaster until the power goes out. Their truck's lights also go out, and suddenly a very large group of zombies starts emerging from the darkness. The tour guides try to call for help, but an automatic message appears on the computer screen. Brimstone Protocol activated. This was actually the government's protocol, the decision they had made to eliminate zombies from this world. The activation of this protocol at this time meant that the government had found out that zombies had started wreaking havoc on this island. The island was in danger, and to eliminate the infection, the island would now be destroyed by bombs. There were only a few hours left before the island's destruction, and in these few hours, the survivors had to somehow save themselves and get off the island. They knew that in this government protocol, no survivors were saved. In this atmosphere of fear, zombies soon attack their camp, and their tour guide is killed in the attack. The group has to run to save themselves. They try to use the safari truck, but it turns out that it was linked to the central computer, and due to a virus in the computer, they can't drive the truck either. The group has to flee on their own to save themselves, but the zombies were now behind them. A zombie bites one of the two gamers, forcing his friend to kill him so that he wouldn't come back as a zombie. He was broken after doing this, but the others supported him. To save themselves, they decide to go to the other side of the island, take a boat, and leave before the bombing starts. To get there, they will have to go on foot through the jungle, and they knew they'd encounter many zombies along the way. While walking, the soldier remembered seeing Sadie leaving the control room. He understood everything. He puts a gun to Sadie's head and asks, "Tell me what you did." Sadie spills everything and reveals that she's part of an activist group. She explains that she only came here to hack the computer and get evidence of the hotel's corruption, but she didn't know that her group had installed a virus on this chip. The group was so angry with Sadie that they decided to leave her there, but Millie felt pity for her. And she insists on taking her along because whatever she had done it unknowingly. While running, they reached near the hotel. Passing through the hotel's back corridor, they had to get to the other side of the island, but now, even in this narrow corridor, the zombies were chasing them. And in all this chaos, Sadie and Jack get separated from their group. A group of zombies surrounds them. Sadie, who was blaming herself for all of this, also noticed that she had been bitten by a zombie and would soon become one herself. Therefore, to save Jack, she sacrifices herself. Giving her stolen flash drive to Jack, she tells him to run away and starts running towards the zombies herself so she can attract them and save Jack. All the remaining people and Jack reunite and manage to go inside a back gate and lock it. Thus, the four of them escape from a very large group of zombies. It turns out that the place they had come to seemed to be an industrial building. Inside this building, they find very strange things, suitcases, and even some papers. These papers belonged to the refugees who lived in this camp called Hope for You. But from the things happening in this factory, they figured out that Hope for You wasn't a camp. It was a part of the resort supply chain. Meaning, Hope for You was just a charitable front. He would bring helpless people here as refugees, and then on this island, he would inject them with the zombie virus to turn them into zombies, so that the resort's business could continue and wealthy guests would have zombies to shoot. All the zombies present here were not from the time when the zombie virus had spread. These zombies were created by preying on poor, innocent humans. These things break Millie to her core. She understands that the real devils are not these zombies, but humans themselves. There wasn't much time to think. A group of zombies was chasing them again from two sides. To escape, they ran forward, but now they had to pass through a security gate. This security gate was locked, and it was difficult to climb over. Here we see Millie's fiancé, who was always helping her and acting like a hero. When he sees that the zombies are getting very close, and he can either save Millie's life or his own, he decides to sacrifice Millie and escapes by climbing over the gate. The zombies get very close to them, and the soldier, who was actually helping everyone, makes a heroic decision once again. He tells Millie to run from there and stays behind himself. He shoots the zombie, but it turns out that he was down to his last bullets in his gun. He started fighting with those bullets so that Millie could get time to escape from there. Finally, the bullets run out, and the zombies attack him. He sacrifices his life so that Millie can survive. Millie somehow reaches the roof while chasing her fiancé, after which they both come back out into the resort area. Her fiancé was still running ahead, and after some distance, when Millie reached him again, she saw that her fiancé had finally been bitten by a zombie. No matter how much he ran from death, death finally caught him. Millie gets emotional seeing him. She knew that this very person had just left her behind to die. But despite that, she doesn't hate him or shoot him in anger. Instead, she leaves her gun with him so he can end his life and avoid turning into a zombie. After that, Milani runs from there and reaches the control room, where she finds Valerie. At this moment, Valerie was trying to destroy all the evidence here. She wanted to wipe away all traces of the bad things she had done. Milani was furious. She started shouting at Valerie, "What kind of person are you? You're not human. You're a devil. You've taken so many lives just so your business could grow." Valerie says, "Milani, listen to me. This isn't the time to fight. Come with me from here to the safe zone." But Milani was so angry that she lunged at her. During their scuffle, the locks behind them disengaged, and a lot of zombies attacked. Seeing this, Milani stepped back, and Valerie's own employees and products, the people she had turned into zombies, started biting her. Taking advantage of the chaos, Milani decided to run from there. Milani finally got out of the resort and reached the other side of the island. And at that very moment, she heard jets in the sky. The Brimstone Protocol had begun, and massive bombs started falling here. As the firestorm swept through the air, Milani jumped into the sea to save herself. And from here, the story jumps ahead 3 weeks. The news reports that everyone on that island had been killed. Milani saved herself by jumping into the sea. At that time, she also had Sadie's flash drive, which Sadie had given to Jack, and which Milani had taken from Jack. Using that same flash drive, she exposes to everyone all the dark deeds of Valerie, the resort, and the Hope for You charity. The Hope for You charity, which had a big name and received huge donations, becomes infamous in an instant. A lot of people wanted to interview Milani because she had survived a major disaster and had seen a lot there. But Milani doesn't give any interviews. She only tells everyone one thing: we humans are bigger devils than these zombies. In the movie's post-credit scene, we see that despite the Brimstone Protocol, some zombies had survived on the island and had reached the mainland by swimming across the sea. And they had already started attacking the survivors. From this, we can infer that the zombie virus, for which the government had taken big decisions and made great sacrifices to eradicate, was about to destroy the world again. And with that, the movie ends here.